You have come to Northpoint since a while now. Do you think Northpoint has changed over the years?
Oh yes, I've been coming to Northpoint since 12 years now. This is my 12th consecutive year. And I must say, Northpoint has really changed very well over the years. So initially I used to be very impressed by the curriculum that Northpoint would offer and the manner in which they would teach the students. So there would be theory and then they would actually go for immersion and they would call it an internship. And I thought that was unique. And today I find that the entire curriculum has kept evolving year on year. Actually, if you see, the curriculum is not the same. What subjects they had last year, the subjects would change this year based on what the industry requires and according to the change in the industry. So things like digital marketing, things like organization structure, and take into consideration the new type of organization where people are connected. You don't really require structure. So how do you deal with millennials joining? So these are the changes that I see. And even in terms of the intake, I find that over the years the students have become more evolved, and so I find a big change in the students also. Yeah.
So, what according to you makes an organization successful?
Actually, an organization should always stick to its knitting. So in terms of understanding that really what is it, what are they in the market for? If I think they understand first that really what is it that they are bringing to people, the promise that they make, and then around it they work out the value system, and then how they actually execute that entire mission, whether it is through their people, whether through the service they offer, the experience that the customer has. So if all that is integrated well, an organization would be successful.
So we have been through the pedagogy that has been shared with us before you come. So that made us read into that you had been employed and now you are running your own organization. So the question is that what made you move from being employed to running your own organization?
There comes a stage in your career when you want to actually do something on your own, and sometimes the stage is reached when you want to go out and fulfill a bigger dream. And organizations, while they do their best, and the organization I'm working for really offered me a lot, and if it had not been for them, maybe I would not be where I am today, especially in the field of knowledge management. But I felt I wanted to branch out and make a bigger impact and bring this field of knowledge management to the country, and also experiment and take the knowledge management differently. And I think to a great extent I have succeeded in this. So in the last 5 years, if you see, I have made a name for myself in the field of knowledge management, as well as brought it into the country. One of the organizations with whom I was working as a consultant has now become a global most admired knowledge enterprise. So I think that we look at the challenge, how can I fulfill what I want to do, and then you decide that okay, maybe I need to set out on my own. Okay.
So according to your wide experience in organizations and your own organization now, which would be the best ways to align an individual's personal values to those of an organization that he has joined or he's working in?
See, it is normally pretty easy if an organization has, most organizations today have a good value system. So if your value system is in the right place and their value system is there, you will not have any conflicts.
Yeah.
But if you find that sometimes that yes, an organization espouses a particular value, but in practice it is not there, it becomes difficult for you to actually work in such an organization. So that's a time when you discuss with the management, and maybe at times they have not seen it happening. Then you can either influence it, or maybe then that's the time when you say, okay, I may not be like to continue.
So moving on is also an option that one can consider.
Exactly, but after you've tried all your best, because organizations do times, I think sometimes organizations don't realize how things have gone down, so they would be happy if somebody is able to help them.
So this one is kind of question for us, like from to you. Basically, what advice would you give to the students of Northpoint Center of Learning as they venture out in the corporate world or the organizational world?
See, actually, you need to realize that your career is going to be for the next 45 years. Okay, career is not going to be short. So you need to look at how do I master particular areas. So keep mastering different parts of your career, move on and become generalized. So keep moving, specialize, generalize. And that's how your career will keep rolling. And at every stage, keep learning. Don't be too ambitious to jump into roles of responsibility early. Master everything, it'll come to you automatically.
Thank you so much. I think that pretty much answers, and that's pretty much it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.